that's everyone's going to lift up then. Oops. Anyway, hi again. For people who don't know me, I am Becca Jane, also known as... But that's for people at college to know. So I'm going to be talking about things that maybe were struggles, problems that came in, how I problem solved that, and also my opinion and how I think from developing my skills and developing through the process, how I think that actually came into operation. So let's get on with the video. So how I became of the idea of doing the music video, it was part of my college assessment. So hi college tutors, if you're watching this. So as part of that we had to make a storyboard, we had an idea, had to pick a song. It had to not necessarily be a song that we were going to challenge ourselves, which I feel like I didn't know this song before I got told about what we were doing, but I was just listening to songs on YouTube like I do, and it just popped up, this song of Warrior by Demi Lovato, and I just fell in love with it. And I was just like, I think that's the one. I think that's the one I'm going to pick to do for my music video. And I didn't necessarily want to pick it on a song that I really, really like it's a favourite song or anything. So I felt more comfortable with doing her song, and I felt like even though when I was listening to it and her video is very different to mine, I got my own meaning from it. So that's why I kind of tailored my story, and it was a very narrative music video around the story of where it kind of belonged to me, so it meant a lot to me. Now within this, I did get allocated some media students to be able to help me along the way at the beginning. They were very nice and friendly. I thought it was easy to work with them until a few not situations happened, but a few problems came in and we had to kind of resolve around them. So that ended up in the end where I didn't actually end up working with them. But it kind of set me in turn that I was then planning things ahead, maybe without them, even from the beginning. So for example, my locations, I was already ringing people like the school, my old school, if people don't know where it is, Hornsey Secondary School. Hi Hornsey Secondary School people. Yeah, so I was really excited actually to go back to school, even though sometimes school life wasn't necessarily the best situation for me. It went with my story, and I kind of felt when I went back that I had more of an intensive to go back and actually feel maybe what I feel now, like a few years after I've been there, of how much it's changed. Like the building's changed as well, like the school inside's changed, the teachers, some headmasters changed and things like that. It was just really nice to speak to all teachers. I mean, teachers even came down to come see me. I mean, I know this has got nothing to do with my college stuff, but for a YouTube video, teachers came back to come see me and come and say hi and how am I doing and things like that. And it was just really nice to be able to be in that environment where I kind of felt something that I could put into my music video. So it almost was an intensive to what I felt, to how I videoed it. Now I did have a few people along the way help me video it. I didn't video it all on my own where I had it. There was someone behind the camera majority of the time, apart from me just pressing play and pause and cutting bits here, there and everywhere. But my initial story, which you can see in my storyboard, was me travelling to go see people who have helped me get to the point where I am right now in my life. Now, if you've watched this video and you don't understand the story, but you kind of see a story going within it, so like my school, it was a school, my ex-dance teacher Liz Shipley, hi Liz, so that was at Majorettes, and that was from like the age of 6 to like the age of 16, so it was like 10 years. Then it was Miriam, there was bits at college, there was bits with my boyfriend, bits with my best friend, hi Jack and Megan. So them bits was really nice because it just shows how comfortable I am now, whether I had maybe bullying in the past. Nice one, you're in my video. Yeah, so it was just really nice to be able to show that gradual So at this point we had a bit of interruption from the traffic, so that's why I just cut the video there. But let's carry on the video. So for the beginning of my video and for the initial storyline behind it, I did also have points where I wanted to be in, like, from the stage of me looking up to the stage that I used to be on at school. I also wanted to have bits that was at Hull New Theatre. Now those bits, I didn't necessarily get in touch with them because I thought that maybe it wasn't possible to be able to film in there and just go in and do a bit of filming. So I didn't really want, because I had the media students and planning it myself and a lot of other things going on, I didn't have time to then get onto that extra, but I was going to try go in, like, say, a dressing room, for instance, and have, like, a dressing room mirror and me doing my makeup ready for a show, or something like that. But it doesn't matter. I'm not fussed that that didn't go in. It was an initial idea, but sometimes you have all these ideas and you have all these images, but not all of them get used. And in the end, I was very grateful and I was very proud of what content I did get and who I had in my video. It meant a lot to me. So thank you to all of those people who helped me and who was able to just give up some of their time just to be and, you know, a part of this. Even though it's about college, as I say, it does mean a lot to make the video. And a lot of my friends have said, drama going on outside. A lot of my friends have said that they have cried at my video, which that just shocked me. So if you have cried, I'm sorry I made you upset. But it wasn't intentional, I promise. So yeah, so I'm very excited for what's to come in the future. But going back through the process, so I started learning my song, and then from learning my song, I started planning locations. As I say, for practicing my song, it wasn't necessarily that I was trying to be better and I tried to better my voice or I tried to better my skills in my singing. It was just the point of me being able to practice it over, so that when I did get the chance to be able to record it in the studios, I was ready to go, right, I'm ready to record. And I felt comfortable that I'd practiced it enough to the point where I felt comfortable within the dynamics. So, like, for instance, Kerry said, you know, just change a bit of the dynamics at one point. She was like, I love it, it fits your voice, but just have a look at the dynamics. I looked at the dynamics like that night, and I think it was like 2 days later. I then showed it back to Kerry again, and she thought it was okay. So I was like, well, let me know when you're ready to record, or when you've got someone ready to record it, and that can happen. Also, shout out to you, Ross, that was very nice of you to do my recording for me, very well done. If anybody wants any recordings doing, I should probably shout him out. He's getting his new studio going, so he probably could do people's things. So if you want to, either give me a message or email me and let me know if I get to the point where I put this on YouTube. If I get to the point where I've spoke to him, I can maybe put a link to him, or we'll see. But I'll try my best. If not, get in contact with me, either on any of my social medias. So yeah, so it was really nice from recording my song. I then felt comfortable, and to be honest, it kind of was a quick record because I just wanted to get it done and out of the way. And then that weekend, before the Monday that I was then going to film, and that was the point that we decided that the media students weren't going to film me, and I was just going to let them do their thing and I was going to do my thing, just because it wasn't necessarily that, you know, there was a lot of miscommunication involved, problems on both of our sides really. Most of it was about location, but yet again my locations were everywhere, so I understand that, and somebody needed support and things like that. So I totally understand from their point of view of why the considerations had to be taken place, and I just hope they got the work done that they wanted to get done as well. But they didn't end up using my voice either, so if you try to go look for their video, you're not going to necessarily find it with my voice on it. I think it's just going to be Demi Lovato. So yeah, so after that, I was very proud of all the footage that I had got and I had filmed lots more footage than I needed to, but I tried to keep, every time I filmed, it wasn't necessarily on the same day, so I always tried to film with the same hair, with the same makeup, in the same outfit, which is very hard because like having to wash them clothes over and over again was a nightmare. But anyway, so it was things like that I wanted to keep the same, like I wanted to keep the same hair, makeup and costume. That was the thing that I wanted it to be the same throughout the whole thing. Now for most of it you saw me in my jacket, and that's because I was outdoors and things like that, and I just got into the cafe and things like that and into the school. It wasn't like I was staying there for a long time, so therefore I didn't feel the need to take the coat off. Now them clothes, why those clothes were picked maybe, if you were to ask that question, was that I felt like that was my look. Like if I'm to walk around, or if I'm to go out for the day in town, or go to Manchester for the day, or anywhere, I normally wear those boots, I normally wear that jacket, even though I'm wearing a different jacket today. I normally wear them kind of tight-fitted slimming jeans with a baggy top. That's how I like to dress. So then were picked around that, and the colours weren't really a colour scheme as such, but blue is my favourite colour, so obviously that showed in my jacket. So yeah, I suppose it was kind of sentimental, not really, but it was what I wanted to keep the same throughout all the videos. I didn't want to be in different outfits, although there was nothing wrong with that, and I don't think it would have changed anything. I just didn't want it to change in my video. So then when it got to the point of all my footage being filmed, I had a few struggles I will announce. One was getting my footage from the SD card on the camera onto my Apple Mac, so being able to then put it onto the software to then edit the videos. That was a real big struggle, and then thank you to friends and family who helped with that. Then from that, it was then getting my music that Ross had recorded onto the software, then the videos onto the software, and then editing it as a whole. I know a bit about iMovie, so I will admit I did this music video on iMovie. Some of you could probably guess, as it is very good for what it is, and I thought it was perfect for what I needed to do. Now, if I got the opportunity to do this video again, there would be things that I would change. The whole story of it, I wouldn't change. I was very proud of the videos that I got, and as I say, because I did have a lot more footage than I needed, obviously I did narrow it down to the key things that I needed in it, so therefore I don't feel like there was bits in it that could have been done without. So for me next time, it would be, if I was to change things, better quality of equipment of recording the footage, not find an easier way to transfer footage from an SD card onto my Apple Mac would probably be another thing, and get professional help on editing the video. Them three things, those 3 or 4 things were the main parts that I thought, if I was to do this project again, or if I was to do another music video in the future, that would be the things that I'd change. At the end of the day, I was happy with my voice recording. There was a few bits where I thought, here and there, but all my friends and family that had heard it, you all said you loved it and that I sounded okay. So, well, you said it sounded brilliantly, but I thought, like, obviously you always put yourself down, you don't always big yourself up to what you know that you can sing well at. So I thought some things could have been sang a little bit better at some points, and then sometimes the video could have been at this camera angle, but whenever someone was filming me, or if I was filming myself, I was always putting the camera angles to how I wanted it, and then that person would film it how I've told them to film it. So everything was done on my accord, all the decisions were my decisions. I'm just so glad it went well and it's done. There was a few things that when I was looking back I forgot to mention. So one of the things is parts within the storyline of my music video, I edited it to make sure that on certain words certain things were said. So for example, like when it said my armour, that's when the leotard was pulled out. And then in the bits where it was more softer and quieter, and towards the end when it had the my footsteps then going up into the graffiti work, that was wanted for that bit because that's where I'd kind of not necessarily put that exact thing in the storyline or the storyboard. I had a brain freeze moment then. In the storyboard, so it was more or less thinking about putting things that are relatable visually with the words, as well as not just seeing me meet loads of people along the way who have helped me and where my life's at now and things like that. But that was the whole majority of my storyboard, but obviously you can see that in my storyboard separately. So I hope you enjoy this video. Remember to... And if you liked it, and if you've seen this video now and you haven't seen my music video, go and check it out. I will leave a link down below in the description, but I only have, at the moment on my YouTube channel, I only have 3 videos after this one's been uploaded. So I have my trailer, which I did last year, my music video and this video. So if you're going to check my YouTube page out, please, if you like this video, if you like me, can you subscribe and turn your bell on, so press the bell notification so then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. I am going to try and upload a lot more on my YouTube. I'm trying to start on my YouTube, so it'd be absolutely brilliant to have you on board. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Even if you thought it was boring, give it a thumbs down. I'm not bothered. And I look forward to seeing you in a new video.